What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Gavin Resharp Presents here on my channel, GBoo2786. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you are blessed and doing safe. We got a new video for you called ATMing while black. That is correct. So this footage comes from Burleson, Texas. This brother by the name of Friar, 39 years old, father of 6, who was at an ATM machine at a local gas station when he was confronted by 3 police officers. This is an article that comes from The Insider by way of the Daily Mail. He was stopped in Burleson outside Fort Worth on August 12th. He said 3 officers with guns walked up to him and asked him why he had so many credit cards. I was at the ATM machine at the store minding my own business, looking through my cards to see which one I would use. Friar told the outlet he started to record the incident because he was frightened, citing the death of George Floyd and shooting of Jacob Blake, a man who was shot 7 times by police in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Prove to me the rest of the cards are yours, one officer says in the video. You got like 10 there, man. So I'm going to go ahead and just roll the footage and you guys see this for yourself, and I'm going to comment in a little bit.
In my credit card.
I got you, man.
My credit card.
You're on camera, man.
Yeah.
Can you prove it that they're your credit card?
I just did.
Dude, I didn't see your name until just
There
now.
I go right there.
Man, I hold them and look
No,
at
sir.
them.
No.
Then prove to me that the rest of those cards are yours with your name
They
on
are. I don't know what my name is.
Absolutely.
I'm in a hurry. My wife down there, she broke down. There they go.
Hang on, let's make sure, man. Ryan.
Yeah, that's
Friar.
mine.
Okay, that's one. You've got like 10 there, man.
All of them is mine.
Okay,
All
I
of them.
understand that.
All of them.
I'm just trying to slow down
All
for
those
me.
are mine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, there's more in there, man.
They're mine. They mine.
Listen, I'm not
sir.
trying to make this more difficult than
Sir,
it is, but
they
you
mine.
know.
They mine. That's all. They're mine. Look. I got the same 2 cards. That's mine.
Okay.
Thank you.
But you understand why we're even talking with you?
I got you.
Pardon?
I got you.
Okay.
Remember, guys, the right to
No, I had the wrong pin in some of my cards. I got to go on my phone and unlock it.
Okay.
So that's why I was
So
switching
that's
cards.
reasonable. That makes sense.
And-
'Cause, you know.
Yeah, I got my kids on my account, so I got different of the same cards. You
Okay.
know?
So you don't have, because I know you're with Navy Federal
Yeah.
Credit Union, right?
Yeah.
So you have like 10 different cards from them?
I got my kids on account,
Yeah.
and I got myself on account, and me and my wife was on account.
Gotcha. Okay. Again, we're only asking you about this because somebody
Yes,
brought
sir.
to our
Yeah,
attention.
okay.
They were concerned, and that's
Yeah.
why we're going to talk
I
with
mean,
you.
they
about
could
it.
have asked me.
You
it all
keep
this
in mind this,
gonna
some
come-
people, they don't look at things like, hey, I'm going to stop this guy or ask this guy a question. They want us to handle that because they don't feel like it's their business for them to come up to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if you saw somebody doing something like that, would you say something to them? You'd probably come and find us and say, hey, you mind
Yeah,
going over
well,
there?
my wife down there broke down, so I'm trying to get
Where she
to
broke down at?
it. Way down there off of Crowley.
Oh, Crowley?
Whatever street that is. I'm not from here. I don't know.
Oh, how'd you end up in Burleson?
Because I'm getting a tattoo over here.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Okay, is that what you're drawing money
None of
on?
his damn
Yes.
business.
You gonna go help your wife?
Yes, I'm going to get to her first.
Okay, I got you. Just bear with us a minute, man. Anytime that we're out with someone, for just accountability purposes, you write your license, and then once we're done with that, then we'll get you out of here. Cool? Here you go, sir. Everything's good to go. Best of luck.
All right, so y'all saw that clip, and you know, a couple of things I just want to say, especially when it comes to dealing with police, and you heard me talking through the video and so forth a little bit. Brothers, whenever police approach you, you know, you are not obligated to speak to them. You do have a Fifth Amendment right not to say or do anything. You can be cooperative or so forth, but you heard when that officer was asking questions like, what are you doing in Burleson and so forth, you know, what brought you out here. That was none of his business. That was none of the cops' business. They were fishing for something, obviously. And the fact that he had credit cards, nobody alleged, number one, that those weren't his credit cards. They just said he had too many of them. Well, a lot of people have a lot of credit cards. If you look at I don't have my wallet on me, it's in the other room, but I got about 8 to 10 different cards with my name on it. So that in of itself is not a crime. They never said that they saw him take someone's credit card, or that he looked like the description of a suspect that they were looking for, that he was a credit card thief. Somebody just automatically assumed that, and they said they got a call about it. So I'm thinking it was somebody within that grocery store, that convenience store, that gas station who called them. And I'm willing to bet, and maybe I'm wrong, that might have been a person of Arab descent. I'm just willing to bet the farm on that. I don't know how true that is, but you know, we have honestly, and I'm bringing this to everybody's attention, we got to stop shopping at these places that treat us like criminals and thugs. Any place that treats you like that, do yourself a favor. Don't spend your money there, because when you spend money there, you're putting their kids through college. Put your kids through college. Build businesses in your own neighborhood, and you know, save your money. We need black-owned gas stations in your community, in our country. I mean, look, in Detroit, the Arab community doesn't even make up 1% of the population, and yet they were able to have a $70 million fortune in 2000, the year 2000, back in Detroit. If you read Dr. Claude Anderson's book, Powernomics. Now, having said all of that, getting it back to the police, they were clearly fishing for something. I'm glad that the brother made it out okay, but obviously this story could have turned out a little bit more differently had these officers even been more aggressive, and had this brother not, you know, complied. But he had nothing to hide with it. But he did better than some, because honestly I would have probably been so pissed off by it. But that was not, and I know the law too, so that was none of their business. You could have asked questions like, what is it you're investigating, what's going on here, you know, because he gave them his ID, but then they wanted to see his credit card information. And keep in mind also, if they saw his credit card information, what's to stop them? I'm just saying, anybody that sees your credit card information, they can copy. Might have been too quick, but hey, they could have copied his information and used it to make some transactions. That has happened in the past. Now, you know, unless somebody is like Mike Ross from Suits, if you remember that character who had what's called idiotic memory, where he could just memorize something just from looking at it, you know, maybe it would have been a little bit more difficult. But I thought this was ridiculous that this happened to that brother, but I'm glad that he's okay. And if you're in Burleson, Texas, and you recognize that gas station, I don't know what the name of that gas station was, but anybody that recognizes it, probably be best to just stay away from it, because somebody reported that while he was out there. But I'm going to leave a link to the actual video here, to the actual video from the Daily Mail. Shout out to them, courtesy. And of course, this was I don't own the rights to any of those footage and clips, but this is done, and this was shared in my video for the right of fair use. You know, I do want to point out that the chief of police there told the Daily Mail that his officers approached Friar after a bystander told police that he was using multiple credit cards and was getting declined by the ATM. So, okay, so I apologize. It was a bystander. It was not the gas station in and of itself. So I apologize for making that assumption. Like I said, I could be wrong when I read this stuff, but they said he was acting suspicious. The officers approached the man, activated their warm body cameras, and explained why they were contacting him. But still, whether a credit card declines multiple times, that's not anybody's business. That happens all the time with different people who try to use a different credit card or different ATM machine. So glad this story didn't end out the way that some tragic stories play out in most of the country and from what we have seen. So you guys leave a comment, like, share this video, and I will see you in the next one. I'll holla. Peace.